Hello, and welcome to the podcast. I am Angelie.
And I'm Sarah. Together with our team, we are Mountain Point Academy.
We are so excited to share insights into education with you and hope that you can find value in these conversations geared toward fostering lifelong learners. Let's talk. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast this week. We had a couple weeks hiatus because, life. It gets busy, it gets hectic. There was Labor Day, all the things. We're in a period of growth and pivoting. So it's been a roller coaster ride, but we're back and excited to talk about today's topic because it's something we've actually been getting a lot of questions around from parents and other people. Just surrounding like homeschooling and what that looks like. And so we wanted to just emphasize that we are an accredited school. So we are a standalone online school. So we can be a full program for core classes, elective credits, experiential learning, full course, take on all the curriculum as a school. But we recognize that that doesn't serve all families. And so there might be homeschool families out there who are saying, well, we want to do this unschooling thing and we want to just have them use life experience as coursework and different things like that, as well as maybe some who say, hey, I love homeschooling. I'm doing the homeschooling, but math is just not my thing. Can I just have you guys take on the math, right? And that's the cool thing about what we're able to do is we're kind of a full range, flexible program to meet homeschooling families kind of where they're at. And so we wanted to touch base on that and kind of just put that, not really a disclaimer, but more of like an educational statement of, hey, this is who we are so that you know kind of the full range of services that we offer and how that plays into conjunction with a homeschool voucher program. Mm-hmm. And so, Sarah, do you want to kind of touch on what the homeschool voucher program is and how that's beneficial for families?
Yeah, so it's something that has really gained traction across multiple states in our country, and not every state has one, and they can vary significantly from one location to another. So it's just really important to check with your state to find out what type of programs they have. We're based in Utah. Utah is just starting a voucher program where parents can get funding for using programs that fit within the parameters of what the state of Utah is looking for. So definitely do your research. It will vary state to state. My Tech High is a popular one in several states. So that is definitely one to look into. But things that you just want to be aware of are just what the eligibility criteria are for these voucher programs, because it can vary. And sometimes it's just for specific groups of students, maybe low income families, maybe students in underperforming public school districts, things like that. So just know what the eligibility requirements are. It's going to be different state to state and program to program. There may be an application process. So different voucher programs have different application processes. So look into that. Find out if you can utilize whatever types of programs that you want for the voucher, as long as it fits the basic requirements, or maybe it's there might be a list, right, that the voucher program gives you. Like, you can pick from this particular list of programs, and it's a very limited list. It might require accreditation, things like that. So just be aware that there are different eligibility requirements. The application process might look different from location to location. And also the reimbursement process. It might be that the voucher could be used to pay for tuition or other educational expenses. Maybe in certain situations, the voucher actually pays the school directly. So that's something to be aware of, is you might be responsible to front the cost and then get reimbursed. Or maybe the voucher program is going to pay that school directly. So definitely something to look into and just be aware of. And of course, there are limitations. So just make sure that you are doing your research. We've had questions, parents come to us asking us questions about the most recent one that came in, what about the state of California? How does that work with the homeschool requirements? We're based in Utah. We're more familiar with the Utah requirements. It's super important for parents to just do your due diligence, do your research. We will help you along in the process as much as we are able to, but we are more well-versed in everything that's going on within the state of Utah as opposed to other states. That doesn't mean we can't work with you if you live in another state, but just know, of course, what the limitations are. So hopefully that helps at least to get you started in the research process and looking into it.
Yeah, for sure. And I know in Utah specifically, Sarah mentioned there's a new voucher program that's coming, and it's starting in March 2024 is when that voucher will take effect. And I know it covers anywhere from $2,000 to $8,000 to support the homeschooling, that families are doing. And again, it would just kind of depend on which homeschool, entity you're associated with. I know for like My Tech High is a pretty popular one in Utah, and I believe it's in other states like Colorado that families can utilize this as well. But they have their own kind of criteria for, hey, if you want to use a third-party source, here's the requirements that you have to have. And it kind of lists that out in a parent portal. So you would have like a parent link. It would be pretty specific as to, hey, it has to meet X, Y, Z in order to be eligible for these funds. And so there's lots of opportunities out there. We wanted to just kind of shed and bring awareness to this because a lot of families are asking, and I know it's kind of new in Utah, but it might be existing in other states for a lot longer. And so it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you are a homeschool parent and you're thinking, oh, I just don't want to teach science. I just don't know what to do. My kid's really interested in this, and I just don't have the capacity or the overhead or whatever, right? So many different scenarios that can come up for homeschool families. And so this is just a great resource. And, as you're looking through those checklists or finding the criteria of what it would take, if you have any questions about maybe what we offer and if that's in line with what those requirements are, please feel free to give us a call. We have open free consultations where you can give us a quick, 15-minute phone call. We're happy to answer any of those questions that you might have of how it works, what we look like, how we operate to see if it meets the requirements for your state. And we'll put that link in the show notes so that you can set up a time to connect and see if it's a possibility for your family. We just wanted to keep a short, sweet episode this week just to bring awareness, let you know that there are homeschool voucher programs for families as well as other, homeschool entities like My Tech High that are also willing to reimburse for curriculum. And so that there's a lot of different options out there for families looking for resources and want to throw our hat in the ring as an option as well, that we're happy to support homeschool families as well.
And 100%. And the cool thing about us is this the flexibility factor. So like Angela said, you can either enroll as a full-time student with us, so we can take on everything so that you as the parent are just playing that support role in your child's education. Or if you're like, I just need a supplement, you can stay, within a homeschool program that you've created, and we can just fit into that like a piece, in the bigger puzzle that you're building. So it's really moldable and flexible to what you are looking for as a family. Either you want us to take on the majority and you'd like Mountain Point Academy to be the school of record and the one to be issuing the credit and the transcripts at the end of it and, going through our full diploma program. Or you're like, I want to maintain control. My student is still going to be a homeschooled student. I just want Mountain Point Academy to provide some of those pieces that I don't feel comfortable providing. And we want more of a structured outline for the curriculum for maybe some core subjects or things like that. So we're happy to talk with you. We're excited about this because we feel like it's opening more doors to families that might not have been able to participate in a school like ours. Even though we are already very reasonably priced, this makes it even more accessible to families who might not have thought of this as an option. So we'd love to come alongside you, in your journey, your homeschooling journey or your unschooling or online schooling journey, and see how we might fit into that with you and your family. So like Angela said, give us a call. We'd love to chat. It's fun for us just getting to know different families and different ways that people are approaching education now. So it's a cool and exciting time to be a part of a non-traditional educational setting. So please, please, please give us a call. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, I second everything Sarah just said. It really is exciting for us, and it gives us new perspective too of, insights into different homeschooling things and what that looks like, how families are doing it. It's so cool, the flexibility that's out there. And that is something that we strive for, is flexibility and affordability, so that families can utilize it with their budget and still have the freedom to explore real life, hands-on situations with their kids. So give us a call. We are here, ready and waiting. So thanks for joining us this week, and we'll see you next time. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode and you learned a bit more about the power of education. If you liked this episode, be sure to share it with your friends. Our goal is to get the rising generation excited about lifelong learning so they can continue to improve their quality of life, not only through formal education, but through the love of learning by exploring their talents, passions, and dreams. And if you have a student or you are a student, be sure to continue to listen for exciting Career Day episodes to help you figure out what you want to be when you grow up. And if you are on the fence about online learning or aren't sure if it's the right fit for you or your student, we are doing free consultation calls at mountainpointacademy.com/let's chat. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week.